No question. So Gio against Whiskey, Robin against Ness.
All right.
Here we go into the first
So
game.
we got Whiskey versus Gio.
I was going to say at the bottom it was
players
saying Kalos, and that's
going
where we're
against each
ending
other
up. This
in
is
the
the preferred
semifinals.
stage of the day, both in regions 5 and 6, and now at 3 and 4. We are seeing this one a lot.
Yeah, Kalos is definitely, making its appearance, making its presence. No doubt about that. So if you're kind of waiting and you're starting up for the next match, maybe that's where you want to have your training room sessions. Go ahead and take it to Kalos, because that's what you can expect about 70% of the time at this rate. But either way, we'll see. Obviously, still some of those problems that we highlighted are still going to be very prevalent in this matchup for Gio, obviously knowing that. I like what Gio's doing here. Looks like starting off pretty aggressively, trying to take the fight right to Whiskey, who's not backing down, though, on his side there with the percent lead. And you're going to see a lot of arc fires, a lot of PK fires, a lot of high-octane explosive play coming your way at the moment.
You can see Gio not really absorbing much. Whiskey really being a little bit more judicious in terms of when he's actually throwing the projectile. You can see him doing it when Gio is in a bad spot, and they're actually baiting out the magnet with that neutral air. Excellent work by Whiskey, punishing Gio.
Oh, they're falling
Gio
off.
Now off stage. Whiskey going for the down air. Big risk for no risk for a big reward. Doesn't get anything off it, but I'm sure he thinks that's just fine.
I have to imagine that is indeed the case. Whiskey, wow, seriously. Okay, this is really like not going any way I thought it would go. Like, obviously Gio came out just swinging, for the fences here, but Whiskey has really just kind of turned fortune back on his side and just really not allowed it to be any kind of case of absorbing. Actually using his think tank of thinking, okay, I can get some percent back, some recovery here, and using that against him. We certainly saw that be the case in taking care of that first stock, and then just slicing through him on that second. And Whiskey has yet to, I mean, just call the coroner, bro. This one is looking wrapped up in game one.
Yeah, you might want to throw in the towel. Ness, you might want to call your dad, pick up a phone, and get him to send you some money, because right now you're going to need to pay for some hospital bills on this one. 83% on Gio. Whiskey feeling so confident to go out there because he has 3 stocks. Why not? The back throw finally will do it. The Ness Classic, but Gio has so much work to do. And Robin is not an especially easy character to stuff out their recovery. I mean, you can get a lot of free percent from knocking them out of the up B, but you don't really get stocks from it. Just like maybe 30 or 40% if you're lucky.
You have to be, like, you have to kind of understand, like, you're just working for percent. You're not necessarily working for the stock in those situations, right? So, and I think most Robins understand they're just like, because they feel like when they get back to the stage, they have as good a chance of any to just kind of bring it back and still clearly get the job done. Oh, my Lord, but that was nothing pretty. Good Lord.
You saw the range on that too, right? That down air cut right through the up air. Whiskey just making a statement with that, said, no, there's no way you're making it back to the stage here. Just Whiskey tearing through Gio there.
Yeah, and it's actually interesting too. There were like some spots where Whiskey was playing and he was like content with just letting Gio absorb some of that percent, right? Like you saw him throwing out projectiles, like not shying away from it in a situation where we were just like, okay, we're already at 60 last percent. I'm just gonna hit you once, boom, you're back to 80. I'm not worried about that. Like he knew he was gonna close that out regardless. So I think that's why he was just like, it doesn't matter right now.
and to your point, I did not see it going that way, honestly. I thought Ness, with his speed, with his aerial just ability to constantly stay in, that Whiskey was going to have a lot more trouble keeping Gio out. But honestly, no, that didn't happen one bit. Not at all. Nope.
Yeah. All right, so let's see. Gio.
All right.
Gio is using
up
a little bit. The sheet coming out. Interesting. And it's so, like, how good do you have to be? How good do you have to feel on Whiskey's side to know a character that benefits from everything you do by absorbing projectiles was deemed not good enough to go up against you in game number 2. Like, if I'm Whiskey, I'm feeling ecstatic about that. I don't care what stage I'm on. I'm feeling ecstatic about that.
Whiskey is still going tough.
Comfort here as he reads
He is
Gio's
still going tough.
rolling. Whiskey just, again, the tactician magician here with that. Oh, no way. Okay, I was going to say, if he normal gets up right into that, that's a huge boon for Whiskey. Oh, okay, goes for the grenade. I guess that was intentional, but he's going to get that back air, and 3 stocks to 2. Whiskey, again, is playing with Gio's mind here in a way that Gio is just, I don't know, man. Anything Gio does is getting punished.
Yeah, pretty much. And it almost just, I don't know if Sheik was the right play here. And I'm not saying that to throw any kind of shade by any means, but it just seems like are you in a situation where you just honestly just don't know what to do against Robin? Because again, I believe you highlighted, like, didn't you say Whiskey like pretty much 2-0'd everybody on their way to this top 4? I mean, it seems like nobody knew what the heck to do against this character, and the trend continues because Whiskey is just obliterating the competition as Gio's struggling to land, charge up some needles, but just getting swatted away.
And I think the problem is Sheik is a very, I don't know. I feel like if you're going to go something against Robin, I don't think Sheik is the play. I think you're going to get in on Robin so rarely that you need the boom. You know, you need the big slam as soon as you get in. You need some kind of big boosh. And Sheik doesn't do that. You're going to rush in, and you're probably going to get a lot of damage. But if you ever make one mistake, you're losing your stock. Like Whiskey slams him back down into Smashville.
And I love the, like, it's not just the attempts that Whiskey too. It's the fact that Whiskey actually hits those quite frequently, right? Those meaty down airs that just stifle you and just put you in, like, it's just so, oh my goodness, almost disorienting. It's like, all right, well, you know, pretty much out here. All right, Bouncing Fish able to meet him at the pass, give himself some form of opportunity, maybe spark some amount of offense. She can really string it together at these lower percents. Obviously, as his character has evolved, like the ability, you know, the KO confirms have obviously improved as well. A lot of Sheik's been putting time in to help and advance that meta, but it doesn't really matter when you don't have the percent to back it up. And 22 is not something that I'm sure Whiskey's even batting an eye at.
Yeah, no question. And I think that Sheik is great at locking down characters who sort of struggle, sort of like Robin. I think she can lock down Robin in shield, can constantly sort of assault on the character's shield and keep out hitboxes between the needles and between dash attack and dash grab. The constant threats, but I think Whiskey is just too strong and it has too much stage presence, honestly, for Gio to really make anything happen. Whiskey with another 2-0 to claim his spot into Grand Finals.